This is a video I've been wanting to do forever. We're finally gonna do it. I am super excited for the first time ever reviewing a Fibercast object. Let's get into the Fibercast 6-Pit Artist Soft Brush Gray Tone Pen Set. So I picked up two because they actually come in slightly different packaging. So if you don't see this one, you can go for this one. If you don't see this one, you can go for that one. I actually picked this setup in West Virginia, and I picked this setup in Virginia. So interesting how they had different packaging. Either way, I'm very excited because Fibercast is an art brand that I normally don't buy. They tend to be a little expensive, but I saw these and I've been thinking about them for a while, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna pick them up, and I'm very excited to test them. I have spoken very highly over their pencil sharpener. Now the packaging does come in this little nice container. It's just a soft plastic. You could still reuse it, which is super nice, so it's not like cheap cardboard. And we're gonna slide this open and pull out our 6 pens. Now what really attracted me to these pens was the fact that they are all gray tone pens. Now I think that's awesome because there are times, especially as an inker, when you're making art, you really just want to get some extra tones in there, and getting a gray tone is going to be awesome. So let's test these bad boys out. You know how we're going to do it. Just like everything we test on this channel, it's going to be in the Batman sketchbook. Alright guys, we got our pens, and we will not only be swatching them to see the richness of the ink and to see the different gray tones we have, but on top of that, we will also be testing the brush nib, because these are brush pens. So I'm really curious to see how these will hold up. They feel pretty nice. Not super premium, but they feel really good. Interesting. The brush nibs, I like it. Very nice, very flexible. They don't feel cheap at all. And second, the ink quality is pretty good too. It's going down. The cameras are a little bright, so it may be a little hard to see. But in person, it's a pretty good gray tone. And on top of that, noticing it's a little heavy, like it's not blending very well. So these are definitely not alcohol based. Now this one specifically is Cool Gray 1230. Alright, let's test the other one. Now, I'm very curious as to see what are the extreme differences in the darkness of the colors. So far, very extreme. Wow. Now this is Cold Gray 3232. Interesting. Now, one thing I can say just by using them real quick, they don't seem to blend well. And what I mean by that is, you could tell that I make a line and I make another line, and when they cross, that area is a lot darker. It's a lot more pronounced than I'm used to with inks and alcohol-based markers, so very interesting. That could be used to create some interesting texture and shading, but it's very interesting. This is the Cold Gray 4233. Let's give that a test. I actually like this one a lot. I like the color gray. Cold Gray 6235. Let's see how that's gonna go. It goes down smooth. The ink seems very wet when you first put it down, but it dries pretty fast. There's no smudging, which is super nice. My main complaint that you could tell I'm overlapping, and I don't like that. I really wish that wasn't as evident with these. So far, the range of gray is really good. I thought these two were a bit too far of a jump, but from here to here, that's a really good natural progression. You can get some really good blending techniques, and we'll try a little bit of that later. Here we have Dark Indigo 157. Second to last, the penultimate. Interesting. Okay, so first off, it appears to be, when it's wet, when you're first putting it down, it appears blue. Now I was going to say that it does a good job blending, but as I went over it again, you can again see the streak lines. And lastly, this one just says Soft Brush 199. Alright. And this is a black, yeah. Actually, this is a very rich black. I really like this. It's drying pretty slow. In fact, I'm going to make a separate mark, and yeah. Interesting. Okay, so in person, I'm not sure how this is picking up on camera, But when you start drawing with this pen, I'm going to lay a pretty heavy spot right here. The dry time is noticeably a lot slower than the other ones. When it dries, a lot of that rich pigment is lost. And on top of that, it's very, very prone to smudging. It's the only one that's smudged when I put it down. Brush nip, really fun. I really like that. Very nice. The only thing that's really turning me off on this set is the fact that we have cases where we have some overlapping that doesn't blend well. So I'm not liking that right off the bat. But let's try and do our little grayscale test. So we're going to line all the markers up and we're just going to try and create a gray rainbow effect. Let's see if some blending techniques work. Didn't really work. Yeah, I would have to say that's kind of the downside of this set is they're just not blending well. I think the best test, because right now I'm kind of on the fence, but I have an illustration of Batman. It's just going to be a quick little illustration of him in the middle of some like gas and fog. So let's just illustrate that, and I think at the end I'll be able to give an informed opinion and decision on this. I know it looks like I just finished this piece, but I didn't. I've actually waited 30 minutes for it to dry, and I was really thinking, how can I fix this? And it came to me, I can't fix this. Because as much as I hate to say it, these things really suck. Negatives out of the way, it's really the ink quality that's a huge problem. Now, the paper I did this illustration on is different from the Batman sketchbook, and I'm going to put the specs of this paper up. I don't know the ones for the Batman sketchbook. Wow, the streaking is absolutely horrible. And I did experiment in a few areas, like here's some extra bits, and the streaking wasn't that bad, but it's still very bad. It's admittedly worse on camera than in person, but still in person it's horrible, especially this side. And that's the main killer, is the ink quality. Even the black one, which I really liked in the Batman sketchbook, did horrible on this paper, and this is my go-to illustration paper, so that's already a huge problem. I expect this quality out of Crayola markers, not a professional, not Faber Castell, which has been around since 1761, proudly on their packaging. And there are actual positives. Aside from the ink, everything else is really good. The packaging is reusable, it's compact and slim. On top of that, the feel of the plastic is nice, they snap together really well, and the brush nib is really good. It is a good brush nib. Now, there is a way to improve it. I've mentioned alcohol-based markers. Spectra Noir, my go-to Prismas, and Copics are all examples of alcohol-based markers that do blending right. They are great. If you were to honestly take a similar approach that these take and apply it to these, you would have a game changer and a winner, in my opinion. I honestly would market these as a hybrid between Fineliners and alcohol-based markers. Have this design, but have ink like this. If they could blend like an alcohol-based marker and not like Crayola garbage, this is a game changer. This could be like a must-have for inkers and artists, because if we could do that, if Faber-Castell can actually do that and give us this quality, that would be amazing. But with what they have right now, it is horrible, and I cannot recommend this. As an artist, this is something I have to say, stay away from. It gets a 0 on my scale because it is absolutely garbage. Also, you will not be finding this piece on my ArtStation account. It did not reach my standards, and I'm very disappointed in how the piece came out. You can still get digital downloads for $1 of all of my artwork, along with physical prints set by ArtStation, so check that out in the link in the description. This piece ain't going up. I really do not like how this came out, and I do not like these. I have mentioned how they can be improved upon, and I hope Faber-Castell do make these changes in the future, but until then, I simply cannot recommend them. But this is my opinion, and it's my review. Let me know what you guys think of this set. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Have you used them before and developed techniques that actually allow you to use them to its full potential? Or do you have a very stylized artwork that these can work really well for? Right now, the only thing I can think of is maybe like a super stylized horror forest where this could work well, but besides that, I can't see myself using it for the type of artwork I do. With that said, like the video, subscribe for more art-based and animation content, and remember, I'm J-Rod of BATTLEBRAWLERproductions, and I draw a power in my own soul. Take care.